All right, it's BourbonBlog.com live with Matty Rock, and I'm Tom Fischer here on a Cigar Saturday night. It's our pleasure to welcome to the show Pedro Gomez. How's it going, Pedro?
Yo, everything's going good. I'm so excited and very happy to be in your show. I have been seeing you every Wednesday, every Saturday. You bring a lot of special guests, man, and it's amazing how much information we can learn of the stuff that you broadcasting in your show.
Well, it's our pleasure, and it's always a pleasure to have great guests that are in the cigar world, and you're one of those, and it's great to have you. So what's happening tonight? You're in Miami, right?
I am here in Miami. That's right.
How are things going in Miami?
Well, you know, times like this, buddy, everything is about attitudes. Because if we're gonna complain, well, there are a lot of people out there that they got the whole reason to complain. People that have lost their loved ones, people that are unemployed, you know. But thank God we are blessed. So nothing to complain about it. Everything's all good. I got my nasty fritas right here. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Nasty fritas.
Bam, bam, bam. The nasty fritas right here.
I have a Hoya.
I got this amazing one. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it.
What are you sipping on?
What you got? What you got in there?
Oh, this is the Flor de Caña right here, number 7. That's right. So cheers to you guys. It's awesome to be here.
Cheers. It's great to have everybody joining us. And definitely, if you're watching this, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, share this right now. We're going to have a great time with actually another cigar guest is going to be here in a little while. So stay tuned and make sure you're joining us every Saturday night here on this link right here, bourbonblog.com/live. And Matty, what are you smoking on there?
I got, you know me, man. I've been in my Liga 9 phase, so I got my Liga 9 in the tubos. My reason that I love the tubos, and I know Pedro's already smiling, because inside the tube, what adds that extra accent is it's been sitting and resting in that cedar.
Right.
And Pedro will tell you from experience, once you are resting in the cedar, it adds those special flavoring, it adds those extra light cedar woody notes on there. It really profile that smoke and works beautifully with the Maduro wrapper. So for me, I love having that in the tube. Add just that little bit of that for me puts it my top list of the Liga 9. So Liga Tubo for me is creme de la creme. And you know, I'm not having my non-adult beverage, so you guys could really shit talk me. It actually is Fufu Berry. I shit you not.
Fufu
Berry.
Wow, man. Bro, that's
awesome flavor.
No, stop thinking about mofongo, Pedro. Pedro's like, yo, man, I'm in Miami. You're having some food? Oh snap! Look at and look who just came to make a visit with Virgil's.
Oh, my brother!
Say hi, Amy, in the house.
Hey.
So look at this. I'm getting the bestest of the non-adult beverages. I'm as giddy as a schoolgirl now. So I got my Fufu Berry. And I tell you, the Fufu Berry works very, very well because that sweetness of my Fufu Berry works perfectly with the sweetness on this tip.
Yo, but you know what, Matty? I can guess where you are right now. Can I guess?
I think you know whose house I'm in. I think you know.
Come on. It gotta be Sanch. Is that right?
What's happening? I remember seeing that guy before. I think he was there a few weeks ago.
There you go. Yeah, that's Sanch. Joe, how you doing? The man with the videos is right there.
Walkins in the model now.
Walking Shane is the man with the badass videos when it comes to ice cream and cigars. That's the cigar queen right there, brother. You are surrounded with legends and celebrities right there, buddy.
I'm telling you, man, it's no joke. And when we finally do the whole Nika thing, Tom, you're going to go with us, but there's going to be a special walk-in trip because we have to go to Esquimo. Right, Pedro?
I like it.
That's right, bro. A trip to Nicaragua is Esquimo. It's not in the menu. You didn't go to Nicaragua. Esquimo is the local ice cream. And Walking Chain is the master when it comes to all that kind of stuff, you know?
He's the master of that.
That's so when you do it, we even have it. It's called Cigar Walk. So it's Walking started the Cigar Walk. So we walk through Esteli, and we have to stop at Esquimo. There was one time we didn't go to Esquimo while Walking was with us, and may not have. He's giving me stink eye right now. We may or may not have gone to after he left. Yo, man, he wanted to mess the shit up out of all of us. He was not happy. He was ready. We all blame Pedro though, because he stayed back in Esteli for this one. So we're like, look,
that's right.
On this one, bro.
Oh, but you gotta love this one, man. But you know what? Before I tell you guys this story, I just want to make sure if this is like we keep it open in open language, or this is family oriented business. No,
this is NC-17, bro.
Oh, okay, PG-13, something like that, huh?
Oh, no, NC-17, whatever goes. Thomas, you do our stuff already.
All right, so let me tell you something. When it comes to being in Nicaragua and being with Cigar Safaris, I do remember the early days with Cigar Safari. I had Jonathan during one of those trips, and every time that he asked me about something, hey, Joe, we need this. Yes, it's on. Joe, Pedro, we need the bus to be here. Yeah, it's on. Pedro, we need to do this. It's already taken. And then he was like, man, Pedro, what the fuck, bro? I was like, well, everything is ready. Well, I just want to, make sure that you are not preparing stuff like that. No, man, everything is good. And then out of the blue, he started to call me in front of everybody, Pedro, what the fuck? And everybody was, Pedro, what the fuck? Because whatever they needed, it was already there. And the thing is this, man, when we got people in Nicaragua, when we got people coming to our cigar safaris, it's not about us, Drew Estate, giving you guys a very nice tour. It's about welcoming you guys to our Drew Estate family. And the fact of the matter is, if you go to my hometown, and if it happens to be in that cigar safari, Matty Rock can tell you, everybody that goes there, they love that, and they understand what Drew Estate is all about. Drew Estate cigar is not another cigar box in the shelf collecting dust. Right. Our cigars, we are super blessed that people enjoy our cigars, the people talk about our cigars, the people post about our cigars, people do review about our cigars, and that's something that money cannot buy, So thanks to you guys. And Tom, brother, thank you so very much for having me. And before I continue, let me ask you a quick question. I know that you are the man with the question, but I do have a question for you. Tell us something about your show, and when do you start with this, and where did the idea came from?
Where the idea? Well, so I've been, to several different parts of the answer. I have been doing BourbonBlog.com for about 15 years. I worked in film and TV and radio, and decided to do a documentary on bourbon, and then it became BourbonBlog.com after the documentary, and we grew and grew, and I do whiskey education all over the country. And then as far as the live shows that we're so glad everybody is watching it on this link right here on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, we started doing those right when the pandemic hit. And then Matty and I decided on Saturday nights we would make every Saturday night Cigar Saturday, and we've been doing this, I guess, for 8 or 9 months, haven't we, Matty?
Yeah, we've been doing it for a bit. Pedro, we're blessed to have you as a guest. I try to break it every Saturday. Yeah. Go into the network and bring guests. There was some dude a couple weeks back, man, that we thought he got like hijacked or something, or he's taken to jail. But we found out that he was all right, and we had him back on the show. Oh, snap.
That's right, bro. I saw that post, and I was like, wow, man. I hope the man, gets better and everything.
By the way.
Share it again.
No, we've been having fun. All kinds of great things.
Joe, Sanch.
Tom, how are you?
How are you, buddy? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, brother. We were just talking about you. I said to Matty, bro, can I guess where you at right now? And he said, yeah, you can guess. You are in Sanch. That is awesome, man. That is awesome.
What's Sanch smoking tonight?
Well, you know what? I was just first time after 9 years. I sat down and watched a movie. I don't even know what it was called.
It was the Equalizer. When I walked in, I couldn't believe it wasn't porn. Like after 9 years,
wow.
A movie that's not porn. So I was a little disappointed.
That is nice. So how you been, Sanch? How's your family?
Good. Everybody's good, brother. How about you guys?
Everything is good, man. Thank God,
We want. That's all we want.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, man.
First time you haven't watched a movie for 9 years, you said?
I don't watch TV.
But you watch this show, but otherwise nothing else, right?
Well, this is, yeah, I mean, stuff like this. You know, people are like, no, I don't know any of those movie stars.
Along with that
But he
collection,
knows Matty.
got Denzel locked up in there too. So that's not really.
Wow.
That's something. That's great. No, that's a good movie, actually. It's a really good movie. We've all had a chance over, well, a lot of us have, those of us that, watch movies here and there, to watch a lot of good films over the pandemic. I mean, I think that's what a lot of people did the first few weeks of the pandemic, when they weren't working, of course, or streaming live. Have you seen any good movies during the pandemic, Pedro?
Bro, I see many good ones. Bro, when it comes to I like the series, Netflix, and everything, bro. I'm so into it. And good movies, man. I like, I'm not more, believe it or not, I have never watched Star Wars. I don't know what that movie is all about, but when it comes to based on true story, dramas, I love that stuff, man. I love it. I just can't, I can't go in days. I wish I can have a whole day watching TV, watching a movie. But when it's time to unwind myself, get a cigar, put a Netflix, maybe have something to drink during the weekends. But during the weekdays, I drink tea. So that's how I keep it nowadays,
I'm buying Pedro the shirt that hashtag Netflix. All right. All right.
And it's Cigar Saturday. So many great people watching. I know, Pedro, you have a lot of fans that have always enjoyed what you've done in the cigar world, and I do too. So it's great to have you. Great to have all of you. And I'll tell you, if everybody who's watching right now actually either retweets this or shares this on Facebook, all of you or any of you that choose to will be entered in a special drawing for some of the best coffee, really the best coffee in the world. It's the Janus Coffee Roasters from Wyoming. It's their bourbon barrel aged. They're from Shad Bates. So if you like this, and we'll watch very closely to see who's liking it or loving it, and also retweeting and sharing, we'll enter you in the drawing. We'll draw in 20 or 30 minutes, but we appreciate the love that you guys give us every week. And there's actually another special guest that is going to join us here in just a moment. Just to give you a little hint of who this is, I'm smoking one of the Hoya Blacks tonight, which I always enjoy, all the Hoya line. And Matty's having, what are you having there?
Cigar porn thing. Tookie. That Sanja's cigar porn.
So, and it actually looks like he is about to enter the room. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to also bring on the camera, along with Pedro, it's Juan Martinez.
What's up there?
How's it going, Juan?
Oh, my man, it's so nice to see you, Juan.
Much love.
Likewise. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
being heard? Good to hear. Good to see you guys. Matty,
Yes, I think we can hear you
thank
now.
you.
What's up, Juan?
Walking.
Get over here. Don't want to see Mr. Sanj.
How are you, Juan?
Taj, good to see you, my friend.
Likewise.
Much blessing. Tom, how are you, my friend? Pedro, hermano.
Great to see you,
Hey,
Juan.
Manazo. Very nice to have you here, Juan. How is your family doing? How's everybody over there?
Yeah.
Everybody's well, thank God. Even in the midst of so many things happening, thank God our family has been well. And so, what about your family, Pedro? Everybody well?
Family is well, man. Thank God. So
And
nothing to complain about it. Thanks to the good Lord.
And for those who don't know that are tuning in, as our brothers are here, are from Esteli, Nicaragua. Those who have not been paying much attention to international news, not one, but 2 hurricanes have ravaged our brothers and sisters over in Nicaragua and have caused destruction unlike one could possibly fathom. So if you want to go take a look online and see terrible damage it is. And I wanted to take this opportunity to have both of our brothers talk about how we can help our brothers and sisters in Nicaragua. I can promise you, when we're down there, we are treated like family, 100%. We've never not felt down there. So I wanted to have the opportunity for Juan to talk about what the best way is we can help our brothers and sisters down there. Like I said, absolute catastrophe. Any help that you can do is greatly appreciated from, like I said, We show them nothing but the utmost love and respect. And when we're down, we're always at home. So I'm going to let Juan and Pedro take the floor on this one.
Juan, please go ahead.
Thank you, Matty. Thank you for the invitation, my friend. And of course, thank you for always having us in your heart. Without a doubt, you are not only a great cigar brother, you are also a great Nicaraguan brother. And of course, to everybody out there, thank you for all of the love and the support that you have provided us over the past few weeks. As Matty was saying, we've had 2 back-to-back, actually quite heavy hurricanes. Both landed in the country as Category 5 hurricanes, which is a rough deal. That's the highest that you can get. Unfortunately, they also hit some of the most vulnerable areas of the country, which is the North Atlantic, northeast part of Nicaragua. For those of you who know the geography of Nicaragua, you know that that's some of the farthest away parts of the country. And some of our most vulnerable Nicaraguans live there. Some of the poorest people in the country live there. So the hurricanes hit in the places where they hit the worst, unfortunately. And in a year of already challenging year, to have these 2 catastrophes hitting has been tough. However, Nicaraguans, as great, fantastic people that we are, they've come together and they have mobilized to support all our brothers and sisters and all of the families that have been struck. For us in Esteli and in Managua and in most of the Pacific, thank God, the damage has been very limited. Not so much for parts of the northern Nicaragua and for the Atlantic coast, and even parts of southern Nicaragua, in Tola and Rivas. Thousands of families have lost everything. Thousands of families have lost their homes, their roof, their clothing, their food. Production of food has been severely damaged in parts of the country. So we have been mobilizing to support all of those families that need us the most right now. As I said, cigar industry has not been affected. We are actually in the beginning of our tobacco growing season, which basically means that we don't really have any tobacco in the fields, and that is good news for tobacco. However, probably the growing season will be delayed a little bit because of late finish of the rainy season. But in any case, that's completely irrelevant because we continue to support the families that have been affected. Esteli was not affected. We had minor damages, but thank God everything is under control now. But parts of the rest of the country did have a lot of floodings. Of course, the hurricane with winds, but also a lot of flooding because a lot of rain came down. And sadly, we also had a lot of mudslides, and tragedy struck in the very poor communities in Jinotega and Matagalpa. We've lost a little bit more than 30 Nicaraguans, and many kids, small children, have lost their lives, primarily because of the floodings and the mudslides. And as I said, thousands and thousands of families have lost their homes. So still today, it's very hard to count the damage. However, we've been mobilizing, starting with the Nicaraguan Chamber of Tobacco, that all of the tobacco companies, cigar companies, have come together and have bring up support through the companies, but also through the workers. We've been collecting clothing, we've been collecting food, we've been collecting first necessity products like soap, like alcohol, like water, and all of the needs to channel to the people who have been affected by the tragedy. So the first thing that we need to recognize is the support of everybody in the cigar factories in Esteli, from of course the management and the owners to the workers. Yesterday I was in Joya, Nicaragua, and I was touched and heartfelt to see everybody bringing from children's clothing, shoes, to support their Nicaraguan brothers and sisters. So there's been a great mobilization. And also, a lot of people from abroad have contacted us and have expressed not only their sympathy, but also their interest in supporting. And we've had a lot of channeling of the support from our international customers. Cigar smokers from all over the world have been contacting us and sending support, channeling it through some organizations that are currently working in the field. Some of them, and I can leave the comments later on, some of those addresses, from American Nicaraguan Foundation to World Vision and a few other organizations who are receiving money, cash, and they are acquiring all of the support for the families. So I can only finish by saying thank you to everybody that has expressed support and love to Nicaragua and to all Nicaraguans. And thank you to everybody that has actually materialized that support through some form of donation to there you have it, anfnicaragua.org, hurricane relief. We also have a World Vision, which they are also working on the field, and they are trustworthy organizations that you can visit, and they will actually contact you and be providing you with information, follow-up information about the families and the support that we're channeling. So, Matty, Tom, thank you for the opportunity to allow us to share a little bit of this. It's great to share the great news. It's also appreciated when we have the opportunity to share, when it's not necessarily good news, but we can connect with the world and share a little bit of the challenges and the pains that we're struggling.
Absolutely.
Pedro?
Also here for the best of times, right? That's what real
Thank
friends
you.
are for. The biggest reason that we're doing that here tonight from Sanj, as we'll turn the attention to Sanj. Obviously, we all know one of Sanj's biggest hashtags is to do good. So here over at Sanj's shop, Sanj will help with that ad, and we'll see what we can do to put into charity to make sure that we get clothes on children's backs and proper, supplies that everybody needs.
I think what we should do earliest next month, we should have Drew Estate, Hoya, get together, and the top retailers do something amazing, and whatever we collect, we'll give. Let's do a nice event where everybody benefits. So, like, if you want to do one here, we'll donate even our end of the money. So if you come up with something special and you want to do it, I think that's a great idea. I think you should take one state for US and do 52 events. And 100%, whoever's part of it, they all have to, even our end of it, the profit, we have to donate 100%. And Absolutely. I'll be the one to do it. Let's put some together. And I think that's the easiest way to do it. And that will bring a lot of tons and tons of money, clothes, whatever they need. And we'll do it. And then we'll put out packages. You buy this for $200 and all 200 will donate it. And that's the easy and the fast and quickest way to raise tons and tons of money.
Absolutely, man.
I'm sure you have something in your wallet that you could donate to that cause.
Sign pictures of Pedro, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That shit's money right there.
So I think that's a great event.
Thank you, Sanj. That's a fantastic idea. We're going to work on that.
Again, Tom has already put everybody who's watching the site for relief right there.
Yes.
Now, check in with any of us. Check in with myself or Juan or Pedro or Sanj, and just shoot us a message, and we'll let you know how you can help. Like I said,
absolutely, man.
From our family, guys, to your family, we can't thank you enough for what you've done, for your hospitality, and for the love. And it's our job to pay it forward and do it back and to help the people that have treated us so well. And with all the love in the world, thank you, guys.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you, Matty.
Also, Juan, that was a good presentation right there, Juan. Because the thing about this, man, when you have a hurricane, a third world country, for people that live there, and for Juan and myself that we are from Nicaragua, the majority of people, for them, is like the end of the world. When it comes to people that wants to help, now we got a good way to help. We got the website right there in the bottom, anfnicaragua.org, hurricane relief. And basically, if you really want to help us out, do something, because nobody needs to know what you are doing. Only God sees your heart.
Yes.
and he knows that you're gonna be doing the right thing. For me, it's an honor to be in this show, not just talking about Drew Estate and Joya de Nicaragua, but also acknowledge the struggle of my own people. Just because of the fact that we love and enjoy Nicaraguan cigars, where this is the time to show us some love, because in a situation like this, we can overcome any situation as long as we are together.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Pedro. Thank you very much. And I want to add, this is not the first time, and it's not going to be the last time. There are parts of the world that are more vulnerable to this type of situations. And for us, this year, was a reminder of 1998, and Pedro might remember Hurricane Mitch. Hurricane Mitch basically was a similar hurricane that we had as the last two that recently hit Nicaragua, but in this case, it basically stood still over the country and it devastated northern Nicaragua. And that year, it did hurt the cigar industry very, very much. It basically devastated Esteli particularly, and Jalapa and all of the tobacco growing regions. I remember my father that started growing tobacco that year. He lost everything because of the floodings, and the factory was severely damaged. So we've been through that. We've gone through that. So for us, it is only consequential to support everybody that is going, because it could be us tomorrow, also, and we need to support everybody to make sure that they come back healthy, first of all, because it's a challenge also to deal with a catastrophe, especially at a hurricane in the middle of a pandemic. We still are not out of the situation, so we need to make sure that people who are in shelters are taken care of, because there are hundreds of people in small shelters, and the coronavirus is still around. So we still need to take care of certain health measures to make sure that everybody ends up coming to their home health. One of the most interesting ways to support is not only donating basic necessities, but the second stage of this process is when we invest in rebuilding, and not only the rebuilding infrastructure, but also rebuilding human capacity. So investing on entrepreneurs, on business people, on the regions, on the local where they have been affected is very important. I have friends over there we are supporting by allowing them access to funds so that they can rebuild their businesses, because those businesses will be the foundation of their community. The small store in Nicaragua, we call it the pulperia, who was the access for basic needs for the community, that was devastated. Now they can rebuild that with our support, and from then on, the community can continue building on. So as they say, instead of giving the fish only, we can continue to create capacity for them for the fishing activities and creating their networks of support. That's very important. So when we think about support for these communities that tend to be very poor, that have limited access to communication, to markets, we can also think about developing capacities so they can also aspire for more. So that's something that we're going to be working on in a second stage with those communities over there.
It's so important, and I'm so glad we can bring this message, a really important message, to everyone tonight. Again, that website is anfnicaragua.org/hurricane relief. Give what you can. Help us spread that word tonight, either by spreading up, obviously, this video, or just take that link and put it on your social media too. It's so important to spread this word, and we're certainly glad that you and your family, Juan, are doing okay. But we're thinking and praying for all those around you that really need the help and the love and the uplifting right now. So definitely keep us posted. We'll continue to try to find some ways to continue to spread the word, especially as you go to that next wave where you were mentioning. Do you have some things already in place on how you're going to be helping those entrepreneurs?
Well, right now, not. We're just finishing up the first one. That's making sure that they have access to the basic necessities and that they have access to funds to rebuild their homes. So, which is the most important thing at this moment. When you get online and you see the pictures and the videos and you see the devastation, and you guys in the U.S., particularly in the southern part of the country, you know how this is. Unfortunately, in our case, we don't have necessarily the governmental support and the capacity to rebuild as easy as some other countries.
Right.
So that's the challenge, the rebuilding part. First, making sure that people have their basic necessities. The second part is the rebuilding, not only rebuilding infrastructure, communication, roads, energy. Right now, there's limited access to communication. You cannot access, if not by air, because there's no roads right now for that part of the country. They were devastated. And the third stage would be, to making sure that what they have built, they continue to grow and prosper from them on. And that we can take the measures, because one of the other things is this concept of climate justice has been running around. It's very well known that countries that are the poorest tend to be the most affected by
Right.
the weather climate, the climate change, and all of the weather patterns. So it's historical to have in less than 15 days 2 category 5 hurricanes hitting, and exactly on the same spot. So what the 2 hurricanes entered the country 10 miles away from each other. Imagine that. So just going through the country, piling. If you're already down in the first one, you're gonna be down the second one for sure. So and it has to do with climate change. We were talking with my father yesterday or the other day, and he was telling me that his first major hurricane that he remembers and that is in record for Nicaragua was in 1988. So that was the first major hurricane. Then we've had another major hurricane roughly every 10 years. 1998, 2008, and now 2020 we had 2. But they're going to be coming more often. So we need to prepare ourselves for all the things. So that's sort of the future stage. How do we make sure that our communities are not only prepared, but they have the capabilities to be safe, because the storms will keep coming and they will continue to come, and possibly stronger every year. So that's the further stage. And so when we think about support and recovery, we have to think it of in stages. And that's the challenge, when you have limited capacity, limited access to funds, to think of those stages is a challenge. But right now, the most important thing is to make sure that people have access to food, clothing, and shelter.
Amen.
And I'll leave it at that. I don't want to overtake.
No, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
No, that's good. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. And I think you make a good point that, and I don't think we mean to, for those of us that live in the USA, but we often do forget that other countries don't have the internal support from the government that we would get in that time. I think that's so important that you mentioned that.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. Thank you, Juan, for
thank you, Tom. Thank you
for being with
Matty.
us tonight and sharing those words. And we definitely want to have you back again soon to give us an update. And we'll anything we can do for you, please let us know. I want to brainstorm with Matty. We're talking about how we can also support. We'll do something in the bourbon world. We'll do a virtual bourbon tasting or something that will help auction off to donate as well to help you guys as well.
Thank you very much, bro. I'll leave you at it. I'll leave Pedro, who's the chief of this, my friend. Thank you for the space. Matty, thank you for invitation. Sanj, Joaquin, and all the crew over there. Much love, much blessing. We're thinking of you. Take care, guys. And Tom is my friend.
That's awesome,
Thank
man.
you.
Very good.
Thank you, Juan.
Take care, everybody.
We'll
be in touch.
Cheers.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
Juan. Take care, buddy. Thank you so much.
Much love.
Much love, everybody.
Thank you, guys, and I'll keep that up there just for another few minutes, so everybody that's just tuning in can check out that link, anfnicaragua.org/hurricane relief. And I think Duque shared that, and thanks for helping us get that up there so quickly. All those who are watching us every week, see Peter and Irene and John and Chairman and Chad, everybody. Carson, thank you all so much for joining us and for all your support. Matty, so you guys have a good crowd there at the at Shanja's place tonight. Looks like.
Oh, you got. Look, this guy tomorrow can run for the mayor of Esteli and win if he wants to go be president of the country. Look, I already got a vote Pedro shirt.
Absolutely.
I hear there's a few of those that they could pass out. There's some that still are left over from a decade and a half ago or so. Do you have a vote Pedro shirt too? Pedro, do you have one of those shirts?
Which shirt?
The vote Pedro shirts?
Oh, yes. I was doing an event in Maryland. That was maybe like 2 years ago. and I went to this shop that is called the Humidor. And one of my friends, he came over and he said, Pedro, I got something for you. And I said, okay, good. And then he came out with the shirt, white shirt, both for Pedro. And I was like, what the hell, man? Come on, bro, let's get a picture. So we got a picture with him. So it's all good, man. You know, at the end of the day, the fact that we are here, man, and the fact that we're breathing, and the fact that we can enjoy the basic stuff.
Yeah.
People don't have to come to your house and tell you how blessed you are, you know.
Right.
So I was very touched when Juan Martinez was telling us everything that is happening, because it's still happening down there in Nicaragua. I mean, fortune, my family is okay. When the hurricane hit Nicaragua the 2 times, I have been here in Miami, but the night that we got hit, I couldn't sleep that night, listen to the radio, you know, calling my family every hour, you know, just making sure that they don't have to be the report man, being up there right close to the river, because that's how people lose their life, you know.
Wow. Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to come up with something. Absolutely, man. You know, that's a good idea right there. And obviously, we have been in talks with Jonathan Drew in our marketing department, something how we can come up together and come up with a beautiful plan, how we can help Nicaragua, and especially those families that are in the devastated areas of Nicaragua. So right now, you know, after a huge catastrophe, you kind of have to wait and see how you can help, because there is so many ways how we can help, but the thing is about how we can do it right and how we can do effectively. That's the number one priority right there. And since we got this organization right there, they are extremely legit. So you can go to their website, make your donation, use your debit card or your credit card, you know, whatever you donate, $10, $5, $50, $100, $1,000, $10,000, $50,000. God will pay you 7 times.
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So important.
Just remember, we got the sign there. We got it written down on the bottom there. All of us will work vehemently together to help out with everything. And now to break open a little bit more, we gave you guys the little bit of the pain factors. But Tom, so Pedro's very much is the cigar version of you. Pedro preaches the word of Drew Estate. You know, I like to go. He's the Superman that's internationally known. Just like you got all the knowledge for all bourbons and everything, and go across the country and the world. Preaching the word of that. Pedro, break it down for little people. I think everybody out there, like I said, is probably wearing a Vote Pedro shirt right now. But for the people that highly understand what you do, break it down for them a little bit, brother.
Well, you know, first of all, I would like to thank everybody that is watching us on Facebook. I see that we got Tita Kun, she went to school with me right here in Iowa. So, Marta, I hope that you're doing great. And much love to you and your family. She is in Guatemala, and I hope that you are doing okay. Okay, Marta? So nice to see you right here in the Zoom chat. And Peter Totaro, my brother from another mother. That's the only person that you are missing out right there. Is he working or what?
Well, he's only this big. He's actually right behind Sanj. You just can't see him.
He's really
because everywhere you are, brother, Pete Totaro is right next to you.
I told you he's right here.
He's there someplace close by.
But you know, come back to your question. Well, what I do for Drew Estate, I am the factory spokesperson for Drew Estate Factory, and I am the ambassador of Underground Cigars. So back in the days, I had different positions with Drew Estate. I started off working for Drew Estate in August 2006. I spent like a year, almost 2 years, pretty much running all the errands for Drew Estate Factory. So I was Pedro Coffee, Pedro Ice Cream, Pedro Cake, Pedro this, and Pedro that, you know. But I was very happy to do what I was doing, you know. So, and even though that, because I grew up in Esteli, and bro, when you grew up in a small town, you kind of know everybody. And me attending to a public high school in Esteli and being part of the basketball team, I'm not bragging on this one, okay, because I don't like to brag. But I was the captain of that team, so I kind of knew everybody from my public high school, which was the biggest in Esteli. And I do remember that we used to go from school to school and we were beating everybody. So, I mean, nowadays I'm getting old, you know, my back hurt, my knee hurt, my shoulder hurt, bro. The only thing that I do, I don't play basketball no more. The last time that I played basketball, that was when we got this meeting in Nicaragua. It was the annual sales meeting. Back in that time, it was the old school from Drew Estate. I'm talking about Solucci, Marvin Samuel, Fabian, Sam Morales, and all of those guys. So they were coming to Nicaragua for the annual sales meeting. And I do remember that Fabian said to me, bro, you know, get everybody together because I heard that you have a basketball team right there in Drew Estate Factory. So why don't we play a friendly basketball game? I said, bro, you want to do it? Yeah. All right, bro, I'm going to get trophies, you know, referees, and we're going to play in downtown Esteli. So what I did, I called all my friends, and I let my friends to let everybody know, tell everybody that I got some people from the NBA. I was like, from the NBA, Pedro? You got to be kidding me. But you know what, bro? Knowing you, I do know that you might bring some people because you are in the cigar factory, bro. Because the other day, we got some people from the NBA. And it was with Eric Espinosa. We got my man, Roy Bird from Sacramento. He used to be part of the Globetrotters. Another guy, his best friend, he went to Nicaragua as well. And I took this guy to a basketball game in Nicaragua, and he was part of the Golden State Warriors. Man, I can't think of his name right now, but I can see his face right now. But the thing is this. I tell everybody, hey, we're going to get some people from the NBA. You got to be fucking kidding me, Pedro. Well, when are you guys going to be playing? Friday night. All right, good. So I got everybody from Drew Estate Factory in a bus. It was Marvin who he said, I'm going to be Phil Jackson. I'm going to be coaching you guys. And I do remember that we start to play and we beat this guy so bad. And the funny thing was that the guys that work in the inside cell department right here in Miami, they were going to play basketball like a month preview to the trip because they said, we're going to teach you guys how to play. This guy think that we don't play in Nicaragua. The funny thing is this, man. In Nicaragua, the most popular sport are baseball, soccer, and boxing. But I picked basketball. I don't know why, bro. So I was into the 90s NBA, you know, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, all those good times, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is this, come back to the story. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to give you a quick shout out to Thomas Valdivia Kirkland, my brother from another mother. We used to play basketball together, so he will say that I'm not bullshitting right here, you know. So I just want to tell you guys that I'm telling you guys the truth, okay? So the thing is this, man. So come back to your question. Yes. So I after a year and a half, I got the opportunity to be the operation manager system. So at that point, I was very involved of what was happening in Drew Estate Factory. Coming up with different reports, you know, sending those reports to the guys right here in the United States. I learned so much from Yesenia Moncada. I learned a lot from Manuel Rubio. I learned a lot from Nicolas Melillo, which I got so much respect for him. Steve Saka and all of those guys, man, because, you know, even though that I have my own duties during the day, when I have Steve or the guy, the CFO from here from the United States, and they need to have meetings with Rene Torres. I was a translator in those meetings. So I was picking all that information and see how the factory operates. Not from what you see in the spotlight, but what you see behind the curtains. And, you know, things start to happen little by little. And by 2008, I got the opportunity to be the director of Cigar Saturday. And one thing that I truly appreciate was the fact that when the opportunity comes, you have to be ready, you know? It's not that, oh, let me get ready and then another opportunity will come around. It doesn't happen that way. I believe in life, you have to be ready no matter what. And it doesn't matter what other people are telling you, if you're crazy, you know, and stuff like that. But in order to change the world, you have to have a crazy mind that it it meant to do the right thing, you know. I do remember back in the days, good story, bro. Back in the days before I took over Cigar Safari, I was giving the tours to the backpackers. You know, in Central America and Latin America, you have a lot of backpackers, European guys, even American people that they travel to those countries with $5 in their pocket and a big backpack. So we were calling them the backpackers, you know. So we used to have a lot of backpackers at Drew Estate Factory at the gate. They want to have a tour. And I'm very sure that at that point they went to certain factories and they got their quick touring and stuff like that. But to me, I was like, oh, okay. So Rubio called me up and he said, hey, Pedro, I got these gringos right here, bro. Give this guy a tour, but don't take too long, bro, because I need you to do all of this stuff. No, man, it's going to be a quick tour, bro. Promise me it's going to be a quick fucking tour because you take too long, bro. And when he said you take too long, a quick tour, which is like a walking tour, it might be 30 minutes, 50 minutes. Used to show, hey, you know, this is the production floor. Come on right here. This is the quality control department. So just come with me. This is the packaging department. I was taking shit to the next level. So all this stuff that I was learning from the production shift, the quality control department chief, the guys that are bunching cigars, the guys that are making Liga Privada, the guys that are making short filler cigars, you know, the guys that are making, that are packaging cigars, the guy that is doing the fermentation, the guys that is buying tobacco, or even better, the guys that are growing tobacco in Nicaragua, and all the stuff. And if you want to put the salt and pepper and the garlic into what you are cooking right there, and you got to tell the story of where Drew Estate came from, the beautiful story about Drew Estate, and what our fundamentals, our values, and our beliefs are towards to our this beautiful industry, which is the premium cigar industry. My tours were too long. So I got a call from Rubio, yo, are you done? Because I need you to send me this report. So, well, long story short, I got the opportunity to run the cigar safaris, and that was thanks to Jonathan Drew. He said, bro, I want you to run the tours, because I do remember when I made the trip to Nicaragua and I got all my family and all my friends. That was during Jonathan's wedding. So my mission was to be Jesse's Flores assistant. So I was Jesse's Flores assistant, carries everybody's luggage, doing the translating the menu, you know, making sure that everybody didn't drink water from the tap, because that will be the worst thing that could happen to you if you are in Nicaragua. Drinking water from the tap, it will ruin your whole trip, okay? So this guy looked at me and they said, man, this kid is fucking everywhere, man. You know, you need something. Pedro is right there. So they gave me the opportunity, and then I start to learn how this guy were giving the tours, how Jonathan was giving the tour at Drew Estate Factory, how Marvin Samuel was giving the tour at Drew Estate Factory, how Nicolas Melillo, Steve Saka, and eventually they said to me, hey, Pedro, you know, you do the tour, bro. And you do, I remember this guy, Jonathan, said to me, bro, I'm going to do the production floor and you do the packaging department. Okay, good. And I was in the packaging department, you spit in the knowledge, bro. Boom, 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 bro. I was in the sun. I forgot about the time. I was so into it. And my mission was, if you're going to remember Nicaragua, you better remember Drew Estate. If you think about Drew Estate, if it happens that you were in Cigar Safari, you're going to remember my country. You don't have to remember my name, and you don't have to remember my face. The only thing that I'm going to make sure that you're going to remember is going to be the unforgettable experience that you're going to have in my hometown with Drew Estate and Cigar Safari. So that was from 2008. Around 2011, I was still managing the tours. I got the opportunity to run the international sales department. And that was, again, thanks to Jonathan Drew. And I started to open accounts in different countries outside of the United States. I got the opportunity to go to Germany for the first time, which was a beautiful experience. And the funny thing was this, man. I remember that I said to Jonathan, hey, bro, what do I have to bring to wear? I mean, what is going to be the dress code? Oh, man, Pedro, you got to bring suit and tie, bro. Otherwise, those Europeans are not going to talk to you. And I do remember when when I was going to Germany, I didn't have no suit and tie, bro. There is no suit and tie in Nicaragua, to be honest with you, you know. You might have some, but the suit, it will be too long to your hands, you know, because it's from somebody, something that we buy, somebody that maybe got it from Goodwill, send it to Nicaragua, it was from somebody else, So Celine Hanano, which is a good friend of mine, he's no longer with Drew Stay. He said, bro, Pedrito, don't worry about it, bro. Once you are heading to Miami, just make a trip to Miami. I mean, once you're heading to Germany, just make a trip in Miami. You're going to spend one night here. That day, I'm going to take you to buy clothes, okay? Sure. So I went there and, he started to buy me some clothes like he was my dad. I said, bro, Pedrito, I think this shirt and this tie is going to go really well. I was like, bro, I don't know, man. That suit and that tie, bro, I don't think that's my style. And he said to me, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You got no style. I'm giving you the style, motherfucker. So don't say nothing. Just wear what you need to wear. So we went to Germany, and it was our first time. Wow. And the funny part was, quick story, bro. I mean, this night is about story and shit. We were so rookie to the task that we forgot to buy the tax. The sticker tax that it goes to every single cigar if you are displaying cigars at the trade show in Germany. So first day everything went great. Second day we got this guy from custom coming to our booth. Jonathan grabbed me at the side and said, bro, whatever happens, don't get locked up. Just let Celine manage that shit. So we're gonna walk around, right? So we kind of get away with that stuff, man. But shit that happens when you don't know. So that was in 2011, and then I start to open accounts here and there in with different countries until 2012, when I was finishing up a trade show in New Orleans. I was getting ready to go and take an airplane to go back to Nicaragua, and I found Jonathan Drew having breakfast. And he said to me, yo, Pedro, what the fuck, bro? Come on, hurry. Have you had lunch? I mean, have you had breakfast yet? I said, no, man, ordering some breakfast. And he said, bro, I was thinking, I would like to bring you to the United States and work full time for us. And at that point, bro, I didn't see that one coming. I never heard nothing even close to that idea. And I was like, sir, I'm ready when you're ready. And then he said, bro, don't worry about it, bro. We're gonna take step by step. I'm gonna present that idea to our executive team, and I'm very sure that this guy are gonna back up the idea, and we're gonna get you a lawyer, and we're gonna do everything in the right thing. So 2013, I got the opportunity to come to the United States and work for Drew Stay. And my mission was to travel all around the country. But at the same time, I was in charge of Cigar Saturday. So Jonathan said to me, bro, I got a tough decision to make, because we need you in Nicaragua run the tours, but we also need you right here in the United States doing cigar events, because the people that have been in Cigar Safari, especially the stores that have been with us, they got you as the guest for Drew Stay, and they promote the event very well. And all the people that went to Cigar Safari, they go to the event and they support the event and they buy stuff from the retailers. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win situation. So let me see what we can do, but you got to hire somebody. That's when I hired Henry. Henry is a kid that comes from my neighborhood. I know Henry for a long, long time. So Henry Pineda, I remember we used to talk, and the conversation that I had with Henry was about life, things that he was doing, how he can move forward in life, and he was just kind of asking me questions, I was giving him my best advice, and so it was good. So I said to Jesse and Jonathan, bro, the right person for this job is this guy, because I do remember before we interview Henry, in order to be fair, you have to interview a lot of people. So I interviewed like 10 different guys. And, some people were good. Other people, they just want to be for the party, because they saw me with the gringos and cigars on, everybody pumping bottles, having a good time. But at the next day, I do know that I have to be in charge, giving the tour. So I was like the funny, fake, drunk guy at the club with these guys. And these guys, bro, they better remember this. Steve Johnson, Pete Totaro, you didn't go to the club that night, Matty. But Juan Cancel and all those guys, all those cops.
I wanted to be allowed back.
Yeah, you didn't go. You didn't go. But I took this guy to the club, and I was like, I was just putting a little bit of rum and a lot of water, bro. And I was like, yo, everybody who wants another bottle? Yeah. And everybody like, oh man, this is such a great time. And
Great.
people see me, bro. And I got some guys that said to me, bro, you know, I would love to have your job, man. Yeah, man. Well, you know, it's a big responsibility, bro, because you gotta be the babysitter of this guy. And let me tell you something, bro. Be the babysitters of growing up gringos is a badass responsibility. So, so you know, the thing is this, man. I got so many stories being in this game.
We're still alive in Nicaragua because of Pedro and Henry. That's why they had to funnel everybody back out. So that gringos.
But you know what, bro? I got a true story, bro. When it comes to responsibility in Cigar Safari, you have to know what you are doing, because I do remember that I got in charge. It happened during the Nicaraguan Cigar Festival. It was a big bus in front of us, and they said to me, I remember that Nestor Plasencia said to me, yo, Pedro, you go in that little bus. It was a coaster bus, 30 people, you know, and you take care of those 10 guys over there and just make sure that they don't go crazy. Sure. So we ride from Esteli to Jalapa. These guys, they were shocking Flor de Caña from the bottle. I mean, they were just drinking their soul out. And the way back, it was an accident, you know, in the highway. And we were playing, of course, Clear as Clear Water, Rolling Stone. And this guy said, hey, Pedro, I need to take a pee. And I said, sure, bro. You know, I asked the driver, hey, bro, you pull over at the side. This guy going to take a pee. And then, you know, and we were just waiting for traffic to dissipate and so we can move forward, you know, to the next activity during the Nicaraguan Cigar Festival. Because these guys were so drunk, they start to run in the highway. And I was running after them. Yo, motherfucker, get back to the bus. You know, get back to the bus, get back to the bus. Another guy was jumping in the top of the bus. He said, Pedro, I'm good. I'm the GPS. I'm going to make sure that we get safe, that we get safe to Esteli. I was like, bro, it was a nightmare. So eventually we got to Esteli, but that's the responsibility that you have to take when you got people that are visiting the factory. When you got people that it is the first time leaving the country, this is the first time having the permission from their wives, you know, and they just want to act it up like back in the days when they were 18 years old and they were in college. But, you know, for me, it's about providing the party, but also providing the experience about Drew Stay. So that was awesome, man. So I got the opportunity to be in both worlds, traveling all around the country, doing Cigar Safari. 2015, that was the deadline. That's when I got the opportunity from the meeting with Solucci. And Solucci said to me, you better off retire and move Henry up, because Henry's going to take your position to give the tour, and we need you to go and travel all around the country. So that was the last time that I was doing Cigar Safari until 2020, because we didn't do Cigar Safari for 2 years in 2018, because there were some political conflict that they were going on in Nicaragua, you know, some protesting and stuff like that. And you don't want to expose people first time in the country to a protest, you know, that doesn't, you know, that is not the right way to say, you know. So we hold Cigar Safari for 2 years up to 2020. That's when they said, Pedro, you're going back to Nicaragua because we need you to go and run the tours. Because at that time we got Henry in charge of other big responsibility with Drew Stay. So I was very happy to go back home, you know, of course, see my family and do the tours. I was like brand new, super double recharge, triple recharge. And until COVID-19 came to the picture and it fucked everybody. Yeah. But the thing is this, brother. So check this out, Tom. One thing that we have been doing with Drew Stay is about changing gears and how we have pivot. Bro, that's a new word that I learned in 2020. Pivot the business.
Yes.
From any store events to BSSC, we call them, which is virtual Drew Estate events. It was, it was a marketing idea. Obviously, Jonathan Drew was behind that because cigar goes hand to hand with people. People goes hand to hand with experience. And if we are doing a Drew Estate event at Sanch, Kevin is gonna be there, Willie Herrera might be there. Jonathan Drew, of course, might be there. Frank Moreno, which he has a nice show, Thick and Sip, is gonna be there.
Yep.
Myself is gonna be there. So for us, it's about the experience. The experience. What kind of experience we're gonna bring to people to experience the Drew Estate madness, to see how this different is Drew Estate from the great brands that are available up there. So we say, bro, we have to bring this virtual. And how we're gonna do it? Nobody was doing that kind of stuff. There were some interview shows happening, but how you can bring that interview show and translate that stuff to the register to help the retailer that is struggling, because restriction and lockdowns is 24/7 in that particular state. Right. So what we ended up happening, we ended up sending, all the merchandise, all the freebies to the store. We asked the retailer to promote the event on social media, to call everybody, to do an email blast, and we're gonna come, and we're gonna promote and move inventory. And that's what we have been doing, bro. 2020 has been a very tough year for everybody, but it's about how you can visualize stuff. Because in a moment of crisis, there is one thing happen, bro. Industry goes down, business goes down, and other business flourish.
That's right.
And it's about things that you can see and things that you can do to help other people as well. So for us, the BSSC was great. I had the opportunity to meet so many great people during our BSSC that I will never have the opportunity to meet them on my in-store events. But it happens that everybody was locked up at their house, and they got, 1 hour, 30 minutes, to log in and say, bro, I want to smoke something. Let me hear these people bullshit. And all these people bullshit became something that probably a cigar that they have never heard. Or maybe they learned something about a cigar that they have never tried. So this is something about Drew Estate, man. When it comes to the reverse of cigars, we are not fucking around, bro.
Right.
We came here to the game to stay and make things happen, but most importantly, being in people's life. And when people got the opportunity to smoke a cigar, a Drew Estate cigar on Thanksgiving, and it happens to be a Drew Estate cigar, that is something that MasterCard cannot even buy, because that person was thinking about Drew Estate. Not because of me, not because of Jonathan, not because of nobody. That was because of this.
Right.
If this thing is good, this cigar will sell by itself. But the only thing that we got to do, we got to spread the word. We got to spread the word. We got to tell the people what they should try. It's not what they should buy, because we don't build Drew Estate by moving boxes and events. We have built Drew Estate by selling one cigar at a time. And most importantly, when a brand doesn't, preview to FDA, when nobody knew about Drew Estate, and the only way how your name can be heard in a cigar store was through cigar magazines. I don't want to mention nobody's name, but one route, a painful route that Drew Estate took was presenting and introducing acid cigars to everybody's hand. Yo, I got this, smoke this, try this, smoke this. You're gonna get this and this and this and this. And back in that time, bro, you were talking about a very traditional cigar industry. When Drew Estate came with the acid cigars, we changed the whole game. Yes. And since then, the game hasn't been the same. So cheers to everybody and everybody that support Drew Estate, but most importantly, everybody that support Nicaraguan cigar, because right now, more than ever, we need your help.
Right.
If it happens that you're buying a Nicaraguan cigar, you're helping a family to bring bread to the table. It doesn't have to be Drew Estate. It doesn't have to be Joya de Nicaragua. As long as you are buying a Nicaraguan cigar, a cigar that comes from Honduras, any brand. This show is about them. This show is not about Drew Estate. This show is not about Nicaragua. This show is about raising the awareness of what is happening in my country and as well as Honduras, which nowadays there is a lot of brands that comes from these countries and brands that make your night and your moment unforgettable. Happiness doesn't happen for coincidence. There is a lot of things that happens, especially when you are making a handmade product. So, well, the people that are making that cigar by hand are the people that are needing you right now. So go to that link right there, aidnfnicaragua.org/hurricane relief. This is how you're going to make your day. This is how you're going to make your weekend. So go and help. Go and help somebody because we need you right now.
We love you, Pedro.
Right.
Cheers, everybody. And again, thank you, Pedro. Thank you for all the heart that you've given over the years. Issue people we help mess up and break in. What Pedro didn't tell you is the first group when he left that he broke in poor Henry with this was us. So we went.
That's right.
So first group of misfits would be our merry group down there, and we've messed up poor Henry forever since. So again, we love you very much, Pedro. You, Drew Estate, and all the people there are family. For people who just tuned in and same kind of thing with Tom out going on the road. So as you've heard about Drew Estate experientials online, you can also have that same type of experiential event with Tom. Tom is available. Please reach out to him on the go around Pedro over here. I'm almost pointing through Pedro at the Bourbon Blog.
Absolutely, man.
He's going the long way. Yeah, no. I tell you what, Pedro, it's so important to hear your passion, the passion that you've always had, and all the different roles that you've played for this wonderful company, and just seeing the people that have met you, commenting tonight that have been a part of those cigar safaris. We see a lot of those men and women commenting below, telling the year they were there with you, and and the fact that you've been able to bring these online, I think is so important. And as Matty was mentioning, if you do enjoy whiskey, and we're going to do some, Matty and I are very soon, where we maybe bring Pedro into one of these, where we're going to pair some whiskey and cigars. But for now, for the whiskey pairings, visit me there, BourbonBlog.com/at-home. We have a bunch of tastings that are virtual where they're not broadcast. I mean, these are wonderful broadcasts, and we always want you guys to come to these broadcasts. But this particular series is just all about sitting down with me, intimate group, tasting the whiskeys, picking my brain, and especially during the holidays, pick my brain all you want. That's the link. Get your tickets for the virtual tastings we're doing, and for all these Cigar Saturdays. Hopefully you've had a chance to listen or watch them all. But if you haven't, we put all these up on our podcast channel. And if you're a podcast lover like I am, I happen to have one too. And it's at anchor.fm/BourbonBlog. This is a really special broadcast tonight, and we love that all of you guys are retweeting it, sharing it on Facebook. We're going to have this really important podcast up later tonight there. So keep on subscribing, liking this. And in just a few minutes, we're going to do that drawing for the coffee from Genesis Coffee Roasters, bourbon barrel-aged coffee. One last chance for you guys to retweet, share this video. Even if you see this later, it's so important, everything that's been talked about tonight, that you share this video and that you support this. It's so important, especially as we get close to the holiday season, because there's so many of our brothers and sisters in Nicaragua, and as you mentioned too, Honduras, the whole area, especially over the holidays and during the pandemic, that so desperately need our help. So I think it's so important that all these elements have come together tonight on Cigar Saturday. And just Pedro, I love the passion you bring to the in-person events, but what has the response been like? I mean, with the virtual events, how has that, you think, obviously been helpful, not only for you but for everybody to feel that connection? Talk about that a little bit.
Well, basically, the thing is this, man. When it comes to cigars, are meant to be smoked with people. Cigars are meant to share.
That's right.
What is the point to have plenty of cigars? I do remember one thing. Maybe I don't know if Matty remembered this, but I do remember this one, buddy. I do remember when I flew to New York City, and he said to me, "Bro, I got you. Just let me know, and." So he went to pick me up. He took me to his office that is in Mid Manhattan. Is that right?
Yes, sir, man.
Okay, so I got to Matty's office and was like, "Bro, that is fucking nice right here." And he said, "Bro, I got this humidor right here. Smoke whatever you want." I was like, "Wow, that's something right here," because I do know that Matty has a lot of Drew Estate cigars. But Matty also has other great brands from Honduras, from Dominican Republic, even from Cuba, believe it or not. And he said, "Bro, So I said, "Okay, bro, we're going to just keep it like intimate right here." So the thing is this. So I was like, man, that's awesome. So the thing is this, when it comes to cigar, bro, it's about sharing. What will be the point? Like, for example, sometimes, bro, I got friends at my house, people that I invite for dinner, they come for dinner. And then after that, we smoke something and we drink something. Then after they left, I said, bro, come over here, bro. I'm going to hook you up with some cigars. If they don't smoke cigars, maybe something mild, maybe underground shade, a sweet James, a blondie, something nice for them to smoke. If there is somebody that really knows about cigar, maybe if I have some ligas, I'm gonna throw some ligas privadas, some underground, To me, it's about sharing. So when it comes to the BSC, it's about sharing the beautiful artwork, the beautiful history, the beautiful tribe, the beautiful pain, the beautiful story about every single tobacco that goes into that cigar. Yes. And all the victories and struggles that goes from the guys that grow that tobacco to the guys that buy that tobacco, or most importantly, to transfer that tobacco to the factory, the guys that put all those different leaves together, thinking that that person is going to come out with something good. In order to come out with a good cigar, Tom, you have to literally make up to 50 blends. Wow. Maybe 40, 50. You can go up to the ladder. You better ask Willie Herrera. Okay, Willie Herrera can tell you better.
Pedro tell you that I've made about 40 blends and each one is shit. Absolute shit. I wouldn't even give it to a dog to smoke. So when we go to the blending rooms in Nicaragua and he sees me, he just oh man, let me tell you, Matty cigars are crap, bro. And you know what? They're just fucking terrible.
No, well, the thing is this, man. Matty and myself, I'm not a master blender, to be honest with you. I will never take that title, and I will never take those credits. Those credits are meant for the people that are so into tobacco. Willie Herrera is one of them. If you have never tried Herrera Esteli, you have been smoking cigars under a rock, because Herrera Esteli, the Herrera Esteli Habano, the Herrera Esteli Norteño, the Herrera Esteli Brazilian Maduro, the Herrera Esteli Miami, the new one, the Herrera Esteli Broadleaf Lancero, are cherry in the ice cream. If my man Walking Shane is around there, he knows what I'm talking about when I say cherry in the ice cream. So the thing is this, how long? I don't know if we are mute right here. There you go. We lose Tom right there. But the thing is this. So when it comes to those BSC, those virtual events, for us is about building the brand, but most importantly, adding the trust from the end consumer. Because the retailer is going to bring whatever the end consumer is asking to bring, If you have a guy that is bugging you every fucking day, Joe, do you have this? No, I don't have this, but I have this. And the next day comes around, hey, do you have this? I'm ready to buy a box. Bro, the retailer, somehow he needs to find out how to get that cigar. Now, the good thing about Sanch, where Matty Rock is at, the man carries everything across the board, all the good stuff. Okay, and I have the opportunity every time that I am with Kevin, we go and see Sanch, and every story is different, Tom. But if you ever have the opportunity to go to New Jersey and go and visit Sanch, you're gonna love that place. The people that the people that are their customers, believe it or not, those are the people that they take care of the shop. My man Sanch, he said to Mario, maybe Pete Totaro, maybe anybody, Joe, I'm going to be back. I'm going to run to the house to run some errands. All right, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of this. And this guy clean the ashtrays, bro. This guy, put cigars in the boxes.
Hold a minute. I never asked Pete Totaro to run the register. Motherfucker can't keypads on the register.
Well, probably not me, Pete Totaro, okay?
Fuck Pete Totaro.
But you know what? That's what I'm talking right there, man. Sanch, he loves what he does. And a lot of people goes and hang out there. And the beautiful thing is that he take care of the people, man. I have heard so many good stories about Sanch, and that's why my man, he is so blessed. And that's why Sanch is one of the most recognized cigar stores, not just in New Jersey, but in the United States. So I'm very happy to see Walking Chains, Matty Rock, and all those people right there. The only person that I miss to see is Pete Totaro. I got so much love for him. And the thing is this, man, when it comes to the BSSC, bro, it is the other day I was thinking about it. I was looking at the bridge. I was in Dumbo, where you see the bridge where the Drew Estate logo came from. You got the street, and then you see the Manhattan Bridge.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing, bro. And I was thinking, bro, and at that point I was just, my mind started to fly. And I do remember that I was with, that time I was with Zach Reynolds, who is one of our reps in New York nowadays. Before it used to be Kevin McCormack, but now we got Zach. And I look at Zach and I was like, bro, I can't believe. I do remember when I used to see that bridge growing up in Esteli, and I saw a lot of bicycles in front of that factory. It was a little building, bro. But everybody in town, we called that factory the Gringo Factory because it was run by gringos. That time, Jonathan spent many years living in Nicaragua, sleeping in a rolling mattress. And, everybody knows Jonathan, the crazy gringo in town, the guys with short. Bro, this is the first time that I'm sharing this story. And if Jonathan heard this or sees this, he will be like, yeah, Pedro, that's true. Jonathan had a short, okay? Some short. Military style, okay? And he was wearing those shorts every fucking day. And then Jonathan said to me, hey, bro, this short needs some repairs. Maybe you can put some patch and stuff like that. Do you know anybody that can fix them up? I was like, bro, my mom, she's so close for a living. I mean, back in the days, that's what she was doing. Oh, do you think that she can take care of this? Sure. So I gave those shorts to my mom, and my mom said to me, yo, what the hell is going on right here, man? Your boss can buy a whole fucking factory. Why he's so in love with this short? But he wants some patches. I'm gonna put some patches in it. so that's how it went, bro. And the thing was this, man. Growing up in Esteli, you see, Jonathan had the biggest heart, because the man provides opportunities.
Yep.
I will own so much to Jonathan, and I will own so much to this beautiful company, which is Drew Estate. Because without them, I will never be talking to you. I will never have the opportunity to meet Matty Rock. I will never have the opportunity to meet Sanj, Walking Change, and all those people that you meet, through the cigar, through the cigar industry. And, it is amazing, bro. Life is a beautiful thing, and we got to make the best out of it. Because if you don't have nothing to complain about it, bro, you better be grateful. Because what is left is your attitudes. And, based on your attitudes, that's how beautiful your day is going to be. If you're always bitching and complaining, I'm telling that shit not to you guys, but I'm telling that stuff to the people that are watching this on Facebook. Because the thing is this, man. One thing that you find when you're smoking a cigar, and I do know that everybody that is watching this, probably they have never smoked cigars. I share this in my timeline on my Facebook. I got so many friends from Nicaragua, so many friends from everywhere. But one thing about cigars is that it slows down your time.
Right.
Okay. And when your time slows down, you appreciate all the blessings that you had got while you have been breathing and being alive. Because right now there is so many people that are struggling. People want to leave, but unfortunately they are counting their breath. So what the cigar does to you, and any doctor can tell you, it slows down your adrenaline.
That's right.
Of your daily living. Everybody have different adrenaline. Everybody channel them very differently. us, our cigar guys, cigar ladies, because there is a lot of ladies that love cigars nowadays. Oh, there you go. There you go.
There's
These
one right
ladies
there.
right here, they educate the people up there. Let me tell you that, and we are very pleased and very happy and very grateful to have your support. And one thing that I want to tell you, bro, is that when people got the time to smoke a cigar and take their time, they acknowledge how beautiful life is. And when it come back to your question, I have been coming back to your question many times, but come back to your question, buddy, is that's what the virtual event is all about. That's what Drew Stay is all about, and that's what we are all about. It's not about us coming with a gimmick. I learned that word, by the way, in 2022. Gimmick brand, a gimmick cigar brand, and a gimmick cigar brand. I'm talking about the Underground Manifestos, which is a beautiful cigar, right. Extra duper super ultra lancero cigar, 11 inches by 38. And you know what, Tom? Matter of fact, bro, you better send me your mail address. And Matty Rock, you send me your mail address. I'm gonna send you guys some Underground Manifesto. And matter of fact, I'm gonna send some Underground Manifesto to the people that are right there in Sanch store.
Yes, thank you.
So you guys are amazing, bro. And this is why you guys let me breathe for you guys. I mean, everything that I do and the passion that I have, the love that I have, it is a bless. Because finding something that you love to do is not even work, So same thing goes back to you, Tom. I see you doing the show, bro. You got that beautiful voice.
Thank you, sir.
My man. I'm gonna see you, bro. I'm gonna see you in a Netflix or maybe HBO or even, bro, what is in the news right now, Disney Plus, which is what everything is changing, bro. Because you got what it takes, and you're gonna be forget about Jimmy Kimmel. You're going to be Tom Fischer right there, bro. And that's what everything is all about, bro. That's about being ready for the opportunity. You feel me right there?
I like it. Hey, I might audition if that ever happens. And maybe we'll bring the smokes back to late night and a little whiskey too, like we used to see on the Johnny Carson show. It just might happen in 2024. No, 2020, maybe 2040. We'll do it, Pedro. We'll do it. I appreciate the passion, and the passion of this man is amazing. And just this show in general. I want to say one thing real quick, because the show in general has brought so many people together. I know so many of you all, ladies and gentlemen, watch us every week. From Chairman Lai, John, Peter, although Joseph, everybody who's so good to us. And we have another special guest that, and Pedro, we want you to stick here, but someone who's a big fan of this show and also who helped support this show did something amazing that, Matty, I don't even know if I've told you the story yet, but when it comes to products that take a whole lot of hard work and a whole lot of energy and blood, sweat, and tears, like we know that every Drew Estate cigar has behind them. The gentleman we're talking about is Shad Bates. What's happening, Shad?
Baby.
Well, son of a bitch, I think I got on a little too late for the manifesto giveaway.
I got you, bro. I got you.
I know.
We did one too.
You know what? Unlike Tony Montana, you guys remember Tony Montana, Scarface?
Hello.
I don't got nothing. The only thing that I got in life is my word, and I don't fuck with this.
That's right.
So I got you, brother. Shay, it's so awesome to see you here, brother. And please send me your mail address. I'm gonna hook you up with the Underground Manifesto, Utah, Matty, Walking Shane, everybody that I saw you at Sanch store. But Shay, how you been, bro? I saw you the last time that I saw you was at TPA in Las Vegas. I had the opportunity to meet your father. How's he doing?
He's good, man. He's good. Spending time with his daughter and roasting coffee.
Man, that's awesome. And how's your brother doing?
Good. Good.
Very nice, man. And where are you at right now?
I am in my loft. It's an external garage that
nice
I remodeled.
And
made into a smoking lounge with a walk-in humidor.
That is amazing.
Hey,
well,
and from where are you tuning in? Which state and which city?
I'm in Torrington, Wyoming. So we're about 2.5 hours or 3 hours north of Denver.
He's right
That
there
is
near
awesome.
Denver. Now, what the cool things is, and everybody, we'll definitely be bringing you more information about this. But BourbonBlog.com and Janus Coffee Roasters are teaming up on a bourbon barrel aged coffee. And last week we sent you, Chad, to our friends at Breckenridge Distillery, which I've been friends with these guys for a long time. We're going to use it for our first round of this. We're going to use some Breckenridge bourbon barrel aged that's going to be out very soon. So be watching. But Chad, it was quite a journey, and I thought it'd be fun if you told the story about the journey you had last week.
Yeah, so last week we had to drop some coffee off in Denver anyway, so it just worked out well. It was actually a week ago today, and my wife decided that she was going to ride with us. So we take off from Denver and head up I-70 up over the top of the mountain, and it took us. It started to snow at a town, I think it's called Georgetown, and then it got really bad, and it was bumper to bumper traffic and a whiteout blizzard on the interstate. And it took us, I think, 4 hours to go 30 miles. And I've texted Tom the whole time saying, dude, I don't think I'm going to get to Breckenridge by 6 o'clock to pick up those bourbon barrels. So we get to Eisenhower Tunnel up on the pass, and then we head down the icy interstate, and we roll into Breckenridge's parking lot at 6 o'clock. We loaded the barrels up. We drove back to the interstate, and we decided there's no way that we're going to try to go back up over that mountain. So we started going into hotels, and every hotel was booked. So then I said, well, we got to make it up over the mountain. So we sleep in the car in the middle of this blizzard in this truck. And we looked at the road report, and the interstate got closed. And so we started looking at alternative routes to get back. And so we had to drive, I think it was like an hour and a half south of Breckenridge on a little 2-lane state highway, up over the top of another mountain. And then we turned left and went about 2.5 hours into Denver, and we left at 7 o'clock, about 7:30 in the morning, our time, and then got home I think it was right about 1 o'clock. But we made it home with 3 bourbon barrels, and got up the next day and started getting ready for this project, aging it.
So the coffee will be aged in one of these 3 bourbon barrels from Breckenridge. And again, when you taste this coffee, not only will you taste the bourbon and the wonderful coffee there for Breckenridge Bourbon and from Janus Coffee Roasters, but you're also going to probably taste a little of that blizzard too, aren't you?
It got probably, and maybe that's going to be the name of it, Blizzard Bourbon Barrel Aged Breckenridge Coffee or something.
Oh my God, bro, that's a good one right there.
Or almost. I don't think that goes as well though.
Yeah,
almost dead shit.
Oh, Bliss Coffee from Wyoming, bro.
Our ass. How much does Shad think our
Hands
asses
down?
Coffee, bro. Shad, we love you, because if there was no Shad, it would literally look like somebody walked into an event and just shot up the place. Everyone would be on the ground, because Shad constantly caffeinated. So we were every one of these events, because of Shad and his brother and Janus Coffee, kept us coming and running. And the best part is, especially when you're in Vegas, when you're the most popular booth, when everyone from Vegas is hurting, man, they sure found the Janus Coffee booth. So Shad kept that entire town cranking, bro.
That's
yeah,
right.
that was on top of the 3,000 attendees at that TPE. I think probably, there was one other booth, I think, that had some coffee, and it might have been like CBD infused or something. So we were the only ones, and so we would actually have to get there. We would get there probably 2 hours before the show started to start grinding and brewing, and we had a hard time keeping up because it was vendors in. As they're trying to get their eyes open and get ready for the show. So it was kind of, we go through a lot of coffee at that one.
You kept us alive, my brother. We love you.
You do a great job, Shad. And again, that Janus Coffee has been a lot at what your barn smokers, a lot of your events, right, Matty?
Oh yeah, man, across the board. So Shad's been us with the Vegas, all over for all the other events and the barn smokers, and like I said, people now come to expect, if you're coming to one of these Drew Estate experientials, and Pedro will tell you, it's where's Pedro, where's this cars, where is Shad? People want to know where Shad at, and I'm like, hey everybody, like, bro, Matty, you're in my fucking way, eat some coffee, where's Shad?
No, and the coffee, bro, I remember the coffee in the TPE. Oof.
Thank you.
But I tell you one thing, bro. It's a matter of time when Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, they come out to you with a fat ass check to get the formula of your coffee.
Star Shad or Duncan or Shad Duncan. All right, I'm in.
Shad Duncan. You know, it's one of the great things about, and I know this is Cigar Saturday and Matty and Drew Estate, but Drew Estate's really cutting edge on bringing other platforms and other things into what they do at these events. Not only, you know, with the coffee, but DJ Eli and having the whole acid experience, the barn smokers and mixing music and keeping shows going. So I don't know of any other cigar companies that are doing that. I mean, they're pretty much just, here's our cigar, that's it. They're like, no, this is Drew Estate. We've got coffee, we got music for you. You know, you got Frankie Drinks doing his mixologies and stuff. And so it's pretty, and they make you feel like you're part of the family from day one. I remember I met Matty Rock and he's wearing a big one of his sweatsuits, coordinated sweatsuits, and handing out vitamin C and hand sanitizer. I'm like, what do I need this for? He goes, dude, if you don't drink that vitamin C, you're gonna get sick.
Oh yeah. Urgency and airborne and keto pills in business, man. After a 16-hour day, after all your coffee and stuff, we need to re-energize, man.
Yeah,
we really do. And again, if you're a coffee fan, do check out the Janus Coffee Roasters. In a few minutes, we're going to have that drawing for that. The Bourbon Barrel Age. You already have a Bourbon Barrel Age, which is amazing, and you can find it there on Janus Coffee Roasters. We're going to soon have that the Blizzard blend that's going to be coming out. How's the Blizzard blend coming along? I know you said it's coming along well.
It is good. It is. I think I'm really excited to work with the Breckenridge bourbon. It's been one of my favorites. Obviously, it's one of the closer distilleries, big known distilleries around, and to have their barrels and be able to use their bourbon is really going to be top notch. Started there'll be about 40 bags available out of the chute. I had a bean picked out already that I wanted to use for this, which is going to be it's a different bourbon. It's a different bean than what we currently offer. We found that if you roast it medium, it doesn't burn off all the bourbon in it, rather than if you roasted it dark. But it is going to be really good. And Pedro, I will get you some of that when it's ready. It'll be ready in 3 weeks, I believe.
And
I'll send you some too, Matty.
Matty will get some too. It'll be ready just in time for the holidays. So it's a very limited batch, a special batch that you'll know that the barrel that it came from went through some real travels, a real blizzard. We should also mention, and thank you, Chris Duquet and Chairman, for reminding us about Jesse's blend. Tell us about Jesse's blend.
Yes.
So, so Jesse's blend is really it's a unique story. I just got done doing some work late one night, and I was headed into the house, and I get a text message from Shay, because he had been on Facebook, and he says, man, Jesse's daughter's in bad shape. Now, Shay and I were on the Cigar Safari when Pedro was still running it. And matter of fact, we got in a little bit of trouble because Shay was hanging onto a tree off of a cliff going to the bathroom. And really, Pedro was going, he was talking earlier about chasing drunks around in the street. He thought he was losing a gringo off a cliff. So anyway, Shay says, what can we do as far as for Jesse? And I said, well, let's just take a box. The boxes we get are 65 pounds. It roasts down to about 50 bags of coffee. And I said, let's just donate a box, free shipping, and come up with a blend. And so we reached out to Jesse, and he said, yeah, do it. What are we talking about? So I got him. We tried it. We went through some different blends and beans and came up with Jesse's roast initially. Then he came up with, sent me this artwork for this Cyclops, and it's a one-eyed rooster. And it's amazing. He says, can you blend a dark, strong coffee that kind of fits with this sticker? And I thought, well, usually we blend and then we name and artwork afterwards, but yeah, we can do this backwards. And so we came up with that one. And so that's a real dark blend. Jesse's blend is a medium, and then we have the dark roast. And then Jesse pushed me about to my wit's end, starting about April. He said, I want to do a rum-aged coffee, can you do a rum coffee? And I said, well, I do bourbon, so yeah, we could probably do that. And it took me, I was so frustrated with this one because it took me probably 3 months and probably 6 different rums to try at different roasts. It's a lot like cigars, Pedro. You know, you got to, if you're going to come up with one, you go through tons of test blends. And then finally we came up with, I was satisfied with it, and he named that one Psycho Rum. And so he has 3 offerings with us, and all the proceeds on those go to his daughter's medical expenses, who she's just been really sick her entire life. And actually, Pedro or Jesse was telling me, I think that she wasn't expected to live past the age of 1 or 2, and I think she just turned 21 not long ago.
Wow.
Yes. You know what? One thing that I would like to add it right there, and Chase, I'm so glad that you bring that topic over to this conversation. For people that don't know, people that are watching this on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, Jesse Flores was part of Drew Estate. When you see those mega standing ashtrays, that was Jesse's idea. When you guys saw all the madness at the IPCPR, that was Jesse's ideas, you know, Jesse's and Jonathan, you know. Jesse was running the So Culture Studios. Everybody that was going to Cigar Saturday, they got the opportunity to meet Jesse, you know. And Jesse, he was the number 3 employee at Drew Estate Factory.
Wow.
So he was Jonathan Drew assistant, you know. He was his translator. He was his driver, you know. And man, you know, it's so sad to see that his daughter when he's going through the health issues, you know. But people like Shay, you know, and these guys that have been helping Jesse is awesome, and that's what this cigar community is all about. And so it's the things that you see in the cigar industry, there is things that you will never ever see in other industry, because this is sisterhood, brotherhood at its finest, bro. And Shay, that is also what you did for Jesse, man. And I see the logo of your coffee, and I have heard great things about that blend of that coffee, and it is amazing, bro.
Awesome. You know, Jesse's really spawned, and because of you, Tom and Matty, you had Shorty Rossi on the show, and I think it was during that show that it was suggested that maybe he reach out to me. And so Shorty has, for people that don't know, Shorty has Shorty's Rescue. Rescues pit bulls. I think he's getting ready to go on a 30-day trek across the U.S. And we do a coffee for him. I sent him down I think probably 8 or 9 different test blends, and we picked a bean that you can get either dark roast or medium roast, and you just order it right there, either one you want. You can get it ground or whole bean, and the proceeds of that goes towards his rescue. And it was really kind of fun. I went to for a day and a half to the Sturgis rally at Deadwood Tobacco, and sat with Shorty and talked with customers and did the coffee. And then we do another one. It's what it has turned into is we have a collection called Coffee for a Cause. And so Jesse's is in there, and his cause is his daughter. And then we have Shorty's in there, and his cause is the rescue. And then we have the other one is Bob the Cigar Guy, who's he's been at the Barn Smokers, I think all of them last year, does cigar reviews with his son Steven, and he came up with a blend, and he donates to Cigar for Warriors with that one to help with the shipping costs of the cigars overseas. And so he's joined the fight. He has a dark roast. He has actually launched yesterday. He has he calls it pumpkin pie that I did. And again, he took me outside of my comfort zone, which I really like. It tastes like pumpkin pie, this coffee. And it took me forever to figure out how the process needs to work. And then I think next week he's launching another one. His right now is a dark roast. It's called the Perfect Pair. And then he's launching one called Berserker Bear. I think next week is a medium roast blend. And so our Coffee for a Cause that started with one late night text message from Shay has turned into quite an endeavor for us.
And
That's awesome, man.
the beauty of all this, and that's why when we tout things that are experiential, you know, a fine bourbon's just not a fine bourbon. A fine cigar isn't just a fine cigar. It's what you're just listening to, especially in the show. It's brother and sisterhood. It's camaraderie. It's like-minded people, and we're all out here to take care of each other, right? That's what all of it is together. That's what brings all of us together, especially in hard times like this. Being together while we're far apart is incredibly important, and that's what this is all about. Bring people together. Let's use one of Sanj's hashtag is do good, and when you could do good, right. Community of like-minded people that get together and do beautiful things together. Each person's passion that much more incredible, that's much more giving, and it brings back to everything that you do. Sanj can chime in on that.
Yes, it's Sanj.
I just love this stuff, so I could make fun of Peter Totaro, fucking midget.
and the fact that we're able to do that, and that we have do that. Pete, I feel, is on his way up here right now to kill all of us.
Oh my goodness, bro! Now the party's over.
Next Saturday, and there's a for sale sign in Sanj's. You can probably put.
Bro, let me tell you something. When the videos on Facebook start to come up, that was a joke that you guys played to Pete Totaro, and it was a Sanj store, and it was a bottle of water, and you throw something, and you say, "Hey, look, Peter, you gotta look through the bottle." And bro, that was the first time videos on Facebook were streaming live, you know.
Right.
And I was just looking at Matty Rock doing that thing to Peter. I didn't know that trick, to be honest with you. And when I saw that thing coming, bro, I was like, "Get the hell out of here, bro!"
Yeah, cards from Pete this year. We're all fucked. Yeah, there'll be no Christmas card. We love you, Pete, but yeah, we know there's no Christmas cards this year.
Well, all these first of all, for Shad, all the coffees that he's doing with everybody, they're on JanusCoffeeRoasters.com. Again, if you're a coffee fan, so important to go there. And again, on Bourbon Blog, we'll be bringing in news in a few weeks here about how you can get that Blizzard blend or whatever we'll end up calling it very, very soon. And our buddy Chris Duque had also put up here. We want to make sure we get all these things in. The GoFundMe campaign for Jesse's daughter on that link. I'll leave that up there for a moment for you guys to get it. And just so many great people. This has been definitely one of our episodes on Cigar Saturday where we've brought a lot of people together tonight, haven't we, Matty?
That is awesome, man.
That
is awesome.
It's a blessing. I'm glad, Pedro and Shad, our family, and with the guests that we bring to the show, it's family, which brings me into a lead up because next week guest, Mr. Pedro Gomez, knows very, very, very well, and we will be having the professor himself, Mr. Jose Blanco, on. So
absolutely, that's going to be beautiful. That's going to be nice, man.
And we go back, go back about 20 years with Jose. So again, this is the family. I mean, you talk about history. Is Sanj is known for 25 since birth. Basically since these doors opened up here. So again, like look at the beauty we have around us, the camaraderie, the family, the experience. I mean, nothing beats that. And the more people that we can bring into that fold and enjoy life together with. I mean, I live for those moments, and I couldn't tell you how much all you guys and how proud I am of everybody, and that we're always out there trying to do the best that we can for everybody in the community. Thank you, my brothers and sisters, for tuning in and listening to us. And we hope we can spread a little bit of joy and happiness to your days. And we salute you, and we thank you for being here for us. Thank you. Absolutely,
man. On behalf of Drew Stay, I will thank everybody that tuned out, and most important, our special guest, Shay, with his beautiful coffee, amazing coffee from Wyoming. My man Juan Martinez, who came to. Yes. That was amazing, having Juan Martinez, and pretty much, telling everybody what's going on, but most importantly, how we can help, So it is amazing. So, Tom, if you have any chance, just put the link right there. NAF, Nicaragua, hashtag relief right there. So we can, there you go. So that's your link right there. If you want to help people in Nicaragua that are struggling with two hurricanes that we got back to back in this week, this is the best way to do it. You know, there is so much that the cigar industry has been giving to you. Drew Estate is gonna do his part. Hoya Nicaragua is gonna do his part, and I'm absolutely sure that all the cigar factories in Nicaragua are gonna do their part to help these people that are in need. But right now, you know, it's about you, what you can do. You know, don't ask your neighbor what your neighbor is gonna do. Ask yourself what you can do for your brothers and sisters that are right now struggling in Nicaragua. And to me, it is a honor, not just talking about Drew Estate, not just talking about Hoya Nicaragua, not just talking about what I have been doing in the industry, but most importantly, it's about bringing the awareness of what took place in Nicaragua this week and what took place in Nicaragua 2 weeks ago, which it was 2 big hurricanes back to back, Category 5, that literally hit the spot at the center spot. So to everybody that is watching this, thank you so very much.
Yes.
Keep smoking Drew Estate cigars. Keep smoking Nicaraguan cigars. Keep smoking Honduran cigars, because right now we need you more, and we need you more than ever, okay? So everybody, that Matty, thank you so very much, and Tom, thank you so very much for the invitation, bro. I know that I let you down a couple weeks ago. I went through some emergency kind of stuff, but thank you so very much. And my main shade, thank you so very much for being with us and all the good stuff that you do for the industry and the great cause that you are doing for Jess's daughter. Yes. It is amazing, brother. And everybody, enjoy your weekend. I'm going to see you guys very soon, okay?
Guys leave us in a tough position tonight, Tom, right? We got 2 people. Who's gonna choose the number for the raffle tonight?
That's right. Who's gonna choose it? Pedro, you wanna choose the number for the raffle? I'm gonna have to give me 1 second. And as we're getting the numbers, hold on 1 second. We're gonna get all of them because there's been so many likes and shares tonight. I think we are up to around 45 tonight is what we're on, and I'm being given the likes and shares. Hey, Pedro, is there going to be a special Thanksgiving cigar you're going to light up?
You on mute, Pedro?
Oh, he might be. He might be on mute. Not intentionally, though. Can we unmute your mic, Pedro? I don't know. All right, Matty, will there be a special Thanksgiving cigar you're going to light up?
I'm going to think about it, since I'm going to eat like a big fat piggy for Thanksgiving. I'm thinking the feral pig is going to have to be smoked for Thanksgiving. That's what I'm thinking. Walkinchin agrees, and he endorses it. So it will be, in fact, a
okay. Oh, there's. I think Pedro's back. Pedro, can you hear us? Okay.
We can't hear you, brother.
Somehow, Pedro. Shad, what's your Thanksgiving cigar going to be?
I think I've been thinking about it. I'm going to go with the UF4.
Good choice, baby.
All right. We will also try. Pedro, can you hear us? Can you say something?
Pedro's been muted.
I don't think I did this.
No.
I can hear you guys nice and clear.
There he is.
He's going to have a UF4, if I'm not mistaken, right there. So, good. Well, what about you guys? Where are you guys going to be smoking?
Oh, you missed us, dude. I got the feral piggy going. Your boy Shad's got a UF4 fired up. What are you going to be kicking there, Tom?
What about you, Tom?
All right, so I lit up my second cigar. I'm gonna do one of the Family Reserve Pappy Van Winkles, which I'm having right now. Of course, I enjoy the Hoyas. So many of those from Drew Estate, and we're so glad to have all of you with us. Okay, whoever's doing it, a number between, did I say it's actually 1 and 51 tonight. Okay, so now it's 1 and 51 shares on this tonight. So what's it gonna be, Pedro? What's your number?
Let's do number 7, buddy.
Whoa.
Oh, there are the low numbers. Okay, number 7 for that bag of bourbon barrel aged coffee from Genesis Coffee Roasters goes to
Matty Rock. Well played, sir.
It goes to Chairman Lai, who's always a big fan. Thank you, Chairman. He's always.
Wait a minute.
Chairman Lai got it.
I don't know. You can't trust guys who fall off of roofs and ladders and shit, man. Pick it up.
Chairman
All
Lai.
right, so because I'm representing Drew Estate, I'm gonna throw an underground manifesto into that package. Obviously, it's not gonna arrive the package the same time, but the Drew Estate package is gonna arrive soon. So Tom, just feed me at the mail address. We're gonna make sure that we're gonna send something nice and beautiful from Drew Estate.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Chairman Lai. He says pay it forward. Thank you all, and be sure you visit that link. Much love, everybody, and visit us every Saturday night. Cheers.
Long live Nicaragua and Honduras and everybody, and thank you so very much, okay?
Thanks,
Vote
Tom.
for Pedro.
Thank you, guys. All right.